In a stunning revelation that has sent shockwaves through South Africa's political and financial landscape, a secret letter allegedly written by President Cyril Ramaphosa to a foreign banking institution has been uncovered. The letter reportedly details confidential financial arrangements involving billions of rands, raising urgent questions about the security and transparency of the nation's assets held abroad. This explosive disclosure threatens to destabilize an already fragile trust between the South African government and its citizens, while exposing the deep vulnerabilities within the country's financial management systems. The confidential letter, which sources claim was obtained through a whistleblower within government circles, is said to outline the transfer and safeguarding of substantial South African government funds held in foreign banks. According to insiders, the correspondence reveals an intricate network of accounts and financial vehicles where assets worth billions of rands have been parked. The contents indicate that the president personally engaged with the bank to discuss the terms under which these funds are managed, sparking intense speculation about the purpose and safety of these resources. Experts familiar with international banking note that while it is not unusual for governments to hold reserves or investments abroad, the lack of transparency surrounding this particular arrangement is deeply concerning. South Africa is currently grappling with economic instability, soaring debt, and widespread calls for accountability, factors that make the existence of billions in unmonitored foreign assets particularly troubling. The letter allegedly points to a situation where billions of rands, potentially derived from government investments, reserves, or state-owned enterprises' earnings, are at risk due to unclear management and oversight. Financial analysts warn that these assets could be vulnerable to sudden freezes, sanctions, or even misappropriation given the opaque nature of the dealings. One source close to the investigation suggested, this is more than just a financial issue. It's about trust. When the head of state conducts secret transactions involving public money, it raises red flags about governance and the potential misuse of power. In addition to the risk of losing access to these funds, the letter's revelations raise questions about the potential motives behind keeping such arrangements under wraps. Some speculate that the funds may be linked to offshore investments intended to shield money from local scrutiny or political fallout. As news of the secret letter spreads, opposition parties and civil society groups have reacted with alarm. The Democratic Alliance, DA, South Africa's main opposition party, has called for an immediate parliamentary inquiry into the matter. The South African people deserve full transparency, said a DA spokesperson. If billions of rands are held overseas without clear oversight, we need to know why, how, and for whose benefit. Furthermore, the Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, have condemned the revelations as yet another example of elite corruption and secretive deals that undermine the country's economic sovereignty. Their leader stated, "This is a betrayal of the people's trust. We demand that President Ramaphosa explain himself fully and that these assets be accounted for." The unfolding scandal threatens to worsen South Africa's already precarious financial position. With the national debt rising and investment confidence wavering, the prospect of billions in government assets being mismanaged or inaccessible is a dire blow. International financial watchdogs and credit rating agencies will likely scrutinize this development closely, potentially affecting South Africa's creditworthiness and ability to secure future loans or investments. The country cannot afford to lose credibility at a time when economic recovery efforts are critical. Amidst the growing turmoil, there are urgent calls for the establishment of a transparent audit mechanism to investigate the full extent of the foreign holdings and the legality of the transactions. Experts emphasize that only through openness can South Africa begin to restore public confidence and secure its financial future. A former finance minister commented, "The government must act swiftly to clarify the nature of these funds. South Africans need assurance that their money is safe and used for the country's development, not hidden in secret offshore accounts." As investigations deepen, it remains to be seen how President Ramaphosa and his administration will respond to these explosive allegations. The letter's leak has already triggered political upheaval and demands for accountability from all corners of society. For South Africans, this episode is a stark reminder of the ongoing challenges in governance and fiscal responsibility.